Welcome everyone to DeLand Middle School's virtual open house. My name is Ms. McTyer and I'm the instructional math coach well as one of the pre-algebra teachers here at DeLand Middle School. In a moment, I'm going to share a brief PowerPoint with you going over the expectations, procedures, daily routines, grading, and communication for my class. Again, I want to thank you for attending DeLand Middle School's virtual open house, and please bear with me while I bring up the PowerPoint presentation. Again, as I mentioned earlier, my name is Ms. McTyer, and I am the math coach as well as one of the pre-algebra teachers here at DeLand Middle School. I am so excited to have your darlings in my classroom this school year, but I do need to go over a few expectations, procedures, routines, and things with you that I will hope that you will share with your students and encourage them to follow along with. Part of the expectations for my class is that students are on time to class. They need to be in class working on the bell ringer when the tardy bell rings, not walking through the door, but actually in class already starting to work. I am also asking and encouraging you to ask your students to complete all assignments in the classroom. That's classwork as well as homework. I do not give much homework, but I am asking that the students complete classwork and homework. Also, the biggest expectation is for students to ask questions. That's a big expectation. However, that is an expectation that the students don't always they fall short on. So at this time, I am encouraging to talk with your student about it's okay to ask questions in class. They do not always have to raise their hand. They can write it on a piece of paper and slide me a note on the way out the door. But I do ask that students ask questions as needed when needing further understanding. We cannot wait until it's time for a quiz or a test to ask questions at that time. Now, because of this school year and the difference, the changes that are going on, we do have live students that are at home attending the class. So, my live students, you have a few additional expectations. The biggest one is that cameras are to be on while in class, and you do have a chat box that you can ask your questions in. So please utilize the chat box if you're not comfortable with unmuting your mics and asking the questions in class. Our daily routines are we have bell ringers, we do guided notes, we practice, we do independent practice, and we take quizzes or tests weekly. It may be more bi-weekly, but right now I'm putting weekly. I do a gradual release model in the classroom, so I do guided notes. We do practice together, and then the students are to do independent practice on their own. So it's I do guided notes, we do practice together, and then they do independent practice on their own. All right, so when it's time to submit work, the students that are in the classroom, there is a basket on the bookcase in the front of the room that they submit all assignments to. If they weren't sure of that, I'm telling you now. The basket in the front of the room on the bookcase is where you submit all your assignments. Students who are at home attending class via live, you have numerous ways you can submit your work. One way is you can screenshot and upload your screenshot and send it to my email. If you are working in Office 365, then you are able to click on the share in the upper right hand corner and you share your work with Andrea McTyer. Or you can upload into Gradebook, because in Gradebook under the assignment, there is a place that you can upload your work into Gradebook. When grading, I grade all assignments, classwork, homework, I grade it all. Sometimes we need that win, so I do grade all assignments. As with Volusia County's policy, formatives are 40% and summatives are 60% of the overall grade. We will have more formatives than we do summatives, but I do need to make sure that we do our best on any assignment that is given. Also, I do take late assignments. I do decrease them by 10%. So if there are still zeros and blanks in the grade book, as long as it's not an X, that means it's something that needs to be turned in to me. You still have ample time to turn it in. I do ask that it's turned in before the grading period is over. Communication. If you have any further questions or concerns after this presentation, please click on the link or scan the QR code. In the link in the QR code, they are the same thing. They're going to take you to the same place, but it allows you to give me your name, your student's name, phone number, and the best time to call you if you have further questions. So please, if you have further questions or concern, please either scan as well as I am going to show you my email address, which is right here, because I am wanting to thank you again for attending this open house. And if you have any other questions, here is my email address, ahmctyre@volusia.k12.fl.us. You can also call the school. My extension is 23067, but even if you call the school, they could get you into the right place. I'm going to go back a moment. And here is the link and the QR code that if you have questions, please feel free to click on the QR code or click on the link and fill out the information for me. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.